We got two news stories to talk about today, and guess what, kiddies? Neither of them about Nintendo. Stop it! Don't click off the video yet. Come on, I like to talk about PlayStation. I like to talk about Xbox stuff, and that's what we're doing today. You guys want more variety on this channel? Then you better support videos like this. Hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, share this with your friends. Buenos dias, all. RGT85 here. Hope everyone's having a great day. We got to talk about Payday 3 and this disastrous launch. We've got to talk about PlayStation and their new incentive program for brand new PlayStation 5 buyers only in the United States, but I think it's pretty cool. So, like I said, without any further ado, let's talk about what's going on in the world of video games. And we're going to start things off with Payday 3. Now, this game has been such a colossal disappointment for many reasons, and I could probably make this whole video about Payday 3 and the disappointment I have with this game, but I don't want to capture any footage from it, so we're just going to talk about it. But Payday 2 was a game that I thoroughly enjoyed. Granted, I was not there on the ground floor of Payday 2. I played it much later on in its life cycle, so maybe the development team had time to make this game and craft this game and put all these different modes in there and all this different stuff, so maybe my expectations for this game were too high. But holy hell, this game, Payday 3, has been a colossal disappointment, not only just from a gameplay and technical standpoint, but just from the standpoint of it working. Because unlike Payday 2, Payday 3 is an online-only game, meaning that you always need to have an online connection to do anything in the game. Oh, okay, you know, I don't like that, but I understand that's the digital age that we're moving into, always online stuff, this, that, the other. Okay, whatever, I get it. The problem with Payday 3, though, has been the matchmaking. It's been pretty much non-existent. In Payday 3, you could play with up to 4 players total in a lobby. So myself, Spawnwave, MVG, and Nate the Hate all got in a lobby together. We were all in the same party, and then we went to search for a game, and it couldn't find a game. What do you mean you cannot find a game? What are you actually looking for? We picked a map that we wanted to play. We're all in the party together. Put us in the map. Put us in the map that we have decided to play, but the game will not do that. Now, it has gotten a little better since it initially launched, but it's still bad. It's still rough, and half the time it doesn't work. We played a round or two last night, and then we went to play another round, and it was like matchmaking unavailable right now. So you literally can't play anything within the game. But the more disappointing thing to me is the game itself. The game itself, it's not good. I don't think it's better than Payday 2. And like I said, maybe it's because I experienced Payday 2 when it was like established and it was seasoned and they had a lot of modes and stuff in it. But they've taken away so much stuff from Payday 2 in Payday 3, and they didn't really add anything into Payday 3. The missions themselves are fine, but like looking at the graphics, it looks a lot like Payday 2. I don't think it necessarily looks any better than, like, you know, an early PlayStation 4 or an Xbox One game. Like the character models aren't very good. There's lag and slowdown sometimes when you're playing in the game on the Xbox Series X. I'm playing this on the Xbox Series X. I thought this was supposed to be the most powerful system in the world, but there's definitely some frame rate issues in the game. There's this new ninja character that they put in that I never recall him in Payday 2. Maybe he was there, but this ninja is literally Jesus Christ, and he just appears, and like, if you don't see him coming, and you probably won't, he will knock you down immediately. It seems like they've redone the whole, you know, cop system in this game, and now there's like hundreds and hundreds of cops. It felt much more reserved in Payday 2, where the cops and all the people trying to stop you were just more tactical than just throwing at you in sheer numbers. It's just not a good game. Like, it's not a good game fundamentally. The shooting does feel a lot better than it did in Payday 2. It feels a lot more tight and a lot more responsive, but the fun just really isn't quite there anymore. You would expect this to be an evolution of the Payday franchise and sort of push it into a new direction, but really it's a step back because it's the same old thing, but stripped away features, added in more inconvenient things, and the game just doesn't work. This has been one of the most disastrous launches of a game in 2023, if not in a very long time, because we are literally days removed from this game releasing, and the online functionality is still broken, to say the very least. And the crazy thing is, people paid money for this game. Maybe you didn't get it on Game Pass. Maybe you bought it on PlayStation 5. What are you doing then? You got a $40 coaster. You got a $40 digital download of 26 gigs on your system that is just sitting there taking up space because you cannot enjoy the game. I hate this in modern gaming. I think it's absolutely ridiculous. And the thing of it is what's going to happen is, like, a couple weeks from now, you know, everything will be fine and everyone will forget about this, but you'll still be stuck with a mediocre game. So Payday 3 has definitely been one of my biggest disappointments of 2023. I wanted to get that off my chest. Let me know your experiences with playing this. If you're a Game Pass owner, if you downloaded it via Game Pass like I did, if you spent money on this, you know, let out your grievances in the comment section down below. We're all here together. There ain't no kumbaya stuff on here. I want to hear your vitriol and your hatred and your anger for this, because it's a freaking joke, man. And finally, if you've been debating buying a PlayStation 5, now might be the time, especially if you live in the US, because Sony has just kind of announced a new program that they're doing that's active from now, September 24th, until October 20th, but only in the US. Now, people are a little bit hesitant with all of the rumors about a PlayStation 5 Slim, a PlayStation 5 Pro. Look, none of that stuff is coming out this year. I mean, if it was going to happen, it would have been announced already. We're almost in October, so I do feel like you have enough time to enjoy your PlayStation 5 as it is. Plus, you probably don't even need this new version. I can't imagine they're going to be doing anything too crazy with it. The PlayStation 5, of course, has Spider-Man 2 coming out as the big holiday title for it. Tons of third-party games as well. But Spider-Man 2, first-party game, looks absolutely incredible. I'm such a huge fan of the Spider-Man games. Potential Game of the Year candidate as well. 2024 does look a little bit questionable. We made a video on that last week on the channel, but I'm hopeful that Sony has something up their sleeve. I just hope they talk about it sooner rather than later. But like I said, they have basically announced, kind of stealthily, a brand new program where if you are in the United States and you have a PlayStation 5, you purchase a PlayStation 5 between now and October 20th, and then activate that console, you basically get a free game. So, I mean, that's pretty cool. Of course, the games have to be good in order for it to be worthwhile, but when you look at the lineup of games, there is some good stuff. So to redeem it, you buy and activate a PS5. Once your PS5 console is activated, navigate to the PlayStation Store on your PS5. You may see the banner for this offer. Click on the offer to which the game page, and it shows you the eligible games, and you can just download one for free. So one thing about PlayStation this generation is they haven't really been lowering the price of a lot of their first party games. You know, Demon's Souls is still like a pretty pricey game, and that was a launch title for this system. They're trying to do the whole Nintendo thing where, like, you know, a Nintendo game like $41.99, that's as good as it's gonna get as far as a first party Nintendo game, at least on the eShop and stuff like that. So they're trying to do that same sort of mentality, sort of give a perceived value to something that, you know, maybe it doesn't have that sort of value in the eyes of a consumer, but if people are buying it, then I guess that point is null and void. Taking a look at the list of the games here, there's some really good stuff. You got Spider-Man Miles Morales, Spider-Man Remastered, God of War Ragnarok, Horizon Forbidden West, Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut, Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart, Demon's Souls, The Last of Us Part 1, Sackboy: A Big Adventure, Returnal, Uncharted Legacy of Thieves Collection, and Death Stranding Director's Cut. Now, out of the games on this list, if I were to personally pick one, like if you were wondering what my recommendation would be, I'm either going, there's three games that definitely, and they're not going to be the same three games as a lot of people, but you know, you got to get, if you've never played Spider-Man, you need to play at least one of the Spider-Mans before you play Spider-Man 2. Miles Morales is kind of a side story, but it does play into the main game, but I feel like the main game is a bit longer. It's a bit beefier than Miles Morales is. Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart is probably one of the best visual feasts on the PlayStation 5. I love the way this game looks, the art style, the color palette, and stuff like that. There's some really cool stuff going on in there. The whole Rift mechanic, like, isn't all that great, in my opinion, but I think that's a top choice as well. And then as far as the third game is concerned, I mean, you can't go wrong with Ragnarok. I mean, Forbidden West is good. They just talked way too damn much in that game for me. Like, and that's rich coming from someone like me, but I just didn't like the amount of dialogue in that game. It was like, I just want to play, please. But Ragnarok, you know, it's a really, really good game. But I think this is a pretty good incentive, especially considering the fact that, you know, these PlayStation games, they're not really going down in price. Now, you do have to factor in the whole Black Friday situation. Is Sony going to have something for the PlayStation 5 during Black Friday, or a retailer's going to have something during Black Friday for the PlayStation 5 that'll be better than this, or potentially just as good? Because like I said, you do have to activate it before October 20th. So if you're buying this as like a gift for your kid or something like that, you're gonna have to take that sumbitch out of a box, hook it up online, pick one of the games, hope you pick the right one for your kid. So it's kind of a bit of a weird timing. Like, run it till the end of December. Like, well, what the hell are you doing? Like, what's the big deal? If you're giving it away for a month, you can extend it a little bit longer. But I like this. This is a nice incentive. It's a nice little program. It doesn't negate the fact that Sony still hasn't talked about anything for 2024 in terms of first party stuff. And of course, the price of PSN has gone up the freaking wazoo, but it's a step in the right direction. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this Nintendo-less episode of RGT85. Hey, you know, if this video bombs, like, I don't care. I'm still going to talk about stuff I want to talk about. This is my channel, and this is what I wanted to talk about today. These are the stories I found interesting. I'm hoping you guys found them interesting. Let me know in the comments section down below. Be sure to share this video around if you want to see more videos like this, you know, focused on the other platforms. You know, it's the way it's got to be, man. I don't want to be pigeonholed. I don't want to be a Nintendo YouTuber. I like to talk about everything. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said, give me your feedback. Be sure to air your grievances about Payday 3 in the comments section down below. And as always, guys, thank you for watching this video. If you are new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button, like, comment, and share. Hit the bell as well. And as always, I'll catch you guys on the next video. Later.